Hey, for this exercise today, you're going to ideally need a yoga block. Not a big deal if you don't have one today. A substitute, this is a yoga strap that you can hold. You want something you can hold the width of your shoulder width or of your shoulders. So if you don't have this, a towel from home would be just fine. All I say, this is an isometric position. It's going to be supine, meaning facing up. And all this is going to do is just reinforce that good position, that optimal core torso position, primarily is what we're focusing on, and the hips in a handstand position. So this is something that will be done for time and endurance, whether that's for time or we're just going to count the breaths. So here's how it goes. You're going to hold the yoga block like this, and you're going to squeeze it, actively squeezing it. And if you do this right, as you actively squeeze it, you will also have straight elbows. And if you do this right, you're going to feel a lot of it in the shoulders. You're basically just going to feel it anywhere you need work personally. And it's going to be overhead. So we're going to get in the supine position. We're going to bend our knees with our feet flat on this. This is going to make my total body more compact, and it's going to make it easier to focus on the pelvis and the rib cage here. We're going to take our yoga block and we're going to squeeze it. And I'm going to take my block and I go overhead. And all I'm doing, I'm going to break this down a little bit more, but allow me to just show you what I'm doing. Ideally, I want my biceps even with the ears right here. Actively squeezing this block, you're probably going to feel it inner shoulders. You might feel it triceps. You might feel it in the pec a little bit. And then look at my pelvis. This is very important. As I hold, I do not want this gap that you see. You see my fingers on the opposite side here? I actually don't want this gap. This is the point of the drill. We're going to get to this position where there is no gap, and we're just going to hold for time or breaths. That's the essence of what's happening. And when we breathe, we want to breathe through our nose and exhale through our nose. Ideally, if you need to breathe through your mouth, go ahead and do that while I'm actively squeezing this block. So, looks simple, right? And it is. Everybody should be able to do this. But what we're trying to do is connect with that body awareness. I'm going to drop this yoga block for a second so you can see just some details here. What we don't want is the ribs flaring, okay? We don't want the ribs flaring, and we don't want the back arching. So what we do is we're going to bring those ribs down, almost flexing the abs. And then what is happening here is a posterior pelvic tilt. So there's two things happening. Rib cage comes down, upper abs are kind of flexing, which means I'm engaging that TOA, transverse abdominis is what that means. They're all bone, right? And that's going to help sit on top of the ribs. That's what we want. Now, what's happening at the pelvis? Well, what's happening at the pelvis is called a posterior pelvic tilt. So we're going to take our hips right here. We're almost going to roll that hip under. We're going to kind of tuck our butt, or our butts under like that. And we want to be aware if there's a lot of pooching going on, we're just going to try to breathe into that. It's not like it's going to magically go away, but just take note if that's happening. So, okay, posterior pelvic tilt. This is called anterior pelvic tilt because my pelvis is tilting to the anterior side, the front. So we want to, and what's funny about a posterior tilt is it's putting us back into neutral posture, okay? All right, so that's the gist of it. This is the position that you want the handstand to be held in. A lot of, kind of the non-gymnastics versions, like the CrossFit versions of handstands, there's a lot of banana back arching going on. They're not engaging this at all properly. So what we're doing with this exercise is building that foundation in the body awareness through just isometric holding and breathing to build the foundation of a really, really good handstand. And not only just a handstand, any exercise, this is going to transfer over into a proper, basically core engagement here. Okay, so focus on breathing through the nose in and out and holding.